broadcast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. A calm start to this Monday, but it's about to get a little bit more active. That's our Roofing Dog INET Fracture Weather Camera looking down over campus. Look at the radar. Showers beginning to move in, and even a little wintry precipitation far west central Illinois. This moisture will move in tonight, and yes, some of you could see a few snowflakes by tomorrow morning. We're going to talk about that in greater detail when we come back, but temperatures pretty cool out there. Quickly, we're going to be down into the 30s here before too long. But here's the wild part. We go from the potential of some snowflakes to the potential of maybe some severe weather, all in a matter of maybe 24 hours. I'll show you that when we come back. We'll also talk about how temperatures are going to really fluctuate. We're going up, we're going down in every single direction. It's an active forecast as we lead into the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. We'll have that coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
One county could be close to getting its first vaccine delivery when it could become available. Plus, some of you may be planning to get tested before Thanksgiving. My health experts say it is not as simple as getting a negative result.
And more buildings at a public housing complex are being torn down. What officials say will happen to that land.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
We're following some breaking news tonight. Crews responded to a fire in Sydney this afternoon. Happened near Dunlap Woods, North and Wilsey Lane.
WCIA 3's Gabrielle Cook is live in Sydney. So, Gabrielle, what are you seeing?
Go. All right, so we just responded to a fire right now at the House of Corner on Wilsey and Dunlap. They responded to the fire at 3:19. It first started in a detached garage, and then it spread to the house, and then eventually to the car. Now, luckily, nobody was hurt. The owner did get out and make a call to the fire department in time. The garage is destroyed, though, and smoke did get into the house, but the fire did not spread to the house, so everything in the house is okay. Like I said, nobody is hurt, but the cause is still under investigation. Live in Sydney, I'm Gabrielle Cook, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Some incredible pictures there. All right. Thank you so much, Gabrielle.
In other news, Champaign County could be days or weeks away from getting its first shipment of vaccine.
We are hoping and praying for the vaccine to come and actually make an impact.
The Champaign-Urbana Public Health Department is preparing to get its first delivery of COVID vaccines.
This comes as Pfizer and Moderna look for emergency authorizations. A third company, AstraZeneca, shows promise as well. WCIA 3's Jen Last listened to CUPHD's news conference today. So, Jen, tell us how this is all going to work. How are they going to get the vaccinations to the people who want it and need it?
Jennifer, doses of the vaccine could arrive in Champaign County in December. It's possible both vaccines could be used here. Across the country, Pfizer says as many as 25 million doses could be delivered next month. But when I asked CUPHD Director Julie Pride how many doses we can expect here, she says that's still a big unknown and could change even the day before arrival in Champaign County. What we do know right now is that hospitals are stretched thin. Not only are Carl and OSF trying to add more ICU beds, but the staff is stretched thin, and Pride says people in direct client care will get vaccinated first.
Those are going to be people who have direct client care, so the people who work in emergency rooms and ICUs and in the hospital and convenient cares and things like that, including people who don't necessarily provide direct health care, but are exposed to people in those areas.
Carl's Associate Chief Medical Officer says Carl has already started working on getting freezers for Pfizer's vaccine. That one needs to be maintained at 80 below. In the meantime, all the doctors on the call urged people to continue following those CDC guidelines, wearing masks, practicing social distancing, all of this to help hospitals get through the winter. Back to you.
All right, Jen, thank you. Now, Carl and other hospitals across the state are using new measures to keep ERs and ICUs from filling up. Since September, 95 patients have recovered from the coronavirus with a program called Carl at Home. This is for people who have symptoms, sending them to the hospital, but who can be monitored at home. A medical provider checks in with patients every day over the phone. Patients are also given a kit with a few things to monitor their vitals.
It keeps people in their home, where they have support, where they're connected with their loved ones. And I think this having a physician call every day, a provider call, has just made all the difference in the world in terms of just the normal fear and anxiety of the unknown of this disease.
Say only about 12 of the people in the program have had to go back to the ER. Right now, Carl at Home is only for people who go through the emergency department first. Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and a lot of you are trying to make plans with your families.
That's right. The CDC recommends postponing travel, but for those who are, it's more complicated than a negative COVID test. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in the newsroom. So, Courtney, explain how a person should get tested.
Yeah, Paul, this all depends on the last time you think you may have been exposed. Of course, you can just get tested to be safe, regardless of whether or not you think you've been exposed. But health experts are saying the virus needs 5 to 7 days to show up in your system. In other words, if you've been around people and are planning to see someone for Thanksgiving, don't just go straight to get a test right after being around others or being possibly exposed. You might get a test the next day and it'll come back negative, but then the virus shows up a few days later. That's because you may not have waited long enough time for the virus to show up.
This is the time we like to get together with family and friends, but the disease is throughout our region. A lot of people have it. Not everyone's aware that they have it. It's a very contagious disease. You don't want to spread that to family and friends.
So while you are waiting those 5 to 7 days for the virus to settle in your system, TOOLE, who you just heard from, says you need to still be careful. He recommends wearing a mask, staying distance from other people, and also keeping an eye on yourself for possible COVID symptoms. TOOLE also says it's possible for someone to be exposed one day and still test positive the next, but he said that could be because they were exposed to a positive case before thinking they were exposed without knowing it. He does expect the number of cases to go up after the holiday. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Now, if you're still planning to gather and not exclusively with the people you live with, he says you should consider opening the windows, eating outside on a heated porch, putting space between tables, and inviting a smaller crowd. This is all about protecting the people you love. And here is a look at today's coronavirus numbers statewide. There are more than 8,300 new cases, but remember, there can be a lag with this weekend reporting. That brings the total number of infections to more than 664,000 since the pandemic began. Now, the 7-day positivity rate has continued to fall. It's now at 12.7%. As of last night, nearly 6,200 people were in the hospital with COVID-19. 1,200 were in the ICU, 635 on ventilators. 47 more people have died tonight. More than 11,500 people have lost their lives since the pandemic began. A grassroots initiative is encouraging people to wear masks when they go out. It's called #MaskedMoms, and it's organized by moms who work at HSHS hospitals in Illinois. People are asked to share a masked selfie or video publicly on social media. Momsplain why everyone needs to wear a mask and follow COVID-19 safety guidelines this winter.
Decatur police are asking for tips on a deadly shooting that happened nearly a year ago near North Martin Luther King Drive in East Cantrell. Police say Tommy King was shot several times and later died. They believe the person who did it was dropped off in the area. They say witnesses saw a man in dark-colored clothing and white shoes chasing King, and that this person then shot him and ran. If you have any information, call police. We have that information on our website. In Champaign County, police are looking for several people they say shot at each other in a Rantoul neighborhood. Officers were called to Autumn Fields Lane on November 12th. Gunfire hit several homes and a vehicle. Police say there were at least 2 people shooting at each other. No one was hurt. If you know anything, call Champaign County Crime Stoppers.
Everyone's okay after a house fire in Decatur happened on Route 121 near the Macon County Fairgrounds around 8:30 this morning. There were flames and smoke coming from the house when firefighters arrived. It took several nearby departments to get it under control. The westbound lanes of Route 121 were blocked for hours. State Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of that fire. Demolition will soon continue at a housing complex in Danville. The Vermilion Housing Authority is moving into its next phase at Fair Oaks. It's already torn down some buildings. Crews will take down another 13. Officials say these buildings were too old to remain standing.
Age and repeated use, has left them in a condition where it would cost considerably more for us to bring them up to today's current building code than it would for us to tear the units down.
Housing Authority doesn't have concrete plans for what will be done with the space, but it would like to build parks and newer amenities.
The organizers of a local Black Lives Matter chapter are being honored, and they did not see it coming.
Plus, a school district is getting ready to put its new solar panels to use. How much money and energy it's expecting to save.